Hello, everyone, and welcome to What a Pitch, the podcast where people pitch made-up movies, presented by the Pandering Talk Network. I am one of your hosts, Dan Cutler, and almost as always, I am joined by my other host,
Sean Dangler.
Hello, Sean. How's it going?
Good. How are you doing? I'm doing well. I just immediately went good. How are you doing? It's like we're passing each other on the street, and I got busy things, and I gotta go do them.
That's okay. I am doing well as well, but I have to admit, I've put myself through a little bit of torment. I have started a challenge where I'm trying to watch a movie for every single day of 2021.
That's obnoxious. I know we're a movie podcast, whatever, but oof, that seems like a lot.
It is a lot, and I'm up to date. I have watched 14 movies for every 14 days that has transpired in 2021. I'm gonna say most of them have been kind of stinkers. So,
okay.
Yeah,
I've got a movie related thing I want to bring up to you real quick.
Yeah, what is it?
My grandma, I'd been talking to my grandma, she's 97 years old, and her favorite movie of all time is Gone with the Wind.
Sure.
And so I know there's some issues with that movie, but I do want to watch this movie with her because I think it'll make her day. But it's a 4-hour movie. And my grandma remembers that. And she told me she saw it 4 times. 4 times when it had come out.
Wow.
Oh my gosh. Whatever. And she remembered the specific year it came out, which was shocking to me. Which is 1939. So
Sure.
That's it. All I want to say is I might watch
know.
Gone with the Wind, and it's going to be a long movie. My grandma will probably fall asleep, and then I'll be left watching it.
I wish you luck with that.
Thank you.
Watching that movie. Let me know how it goes for you.
Okay.
All right, enough about us. We have a very special guest. He is the host of the Pokemon podcast, It's Super Effective. He has been the podcast host long time, according to him. You can find that podcast wherever you listen to podcasts. He's also a Twitch streamer. You can find him at PKMNcast on Twitch, where he does mostly a lot of shiny hunting, which is a Pokemon thing if you didn't know that. And surprise, surprise, he's also a corn dog lover. Please welcome to the podcast, Steve Sarumi. Thanks for coming on, Steve.
Might be the best introduction I've ever had. I know when you guys were planning this, you were like, corn dog lover is what we need for the episode. It just happens that he plays Pokemon for a living.
Yeah, It's not like we invited you on because it's Pokemon month this February for its 25th anniversary.
Right. I'm sure there's a corn dog day or a week or something. Hopefully it is also February.
Oh yeah. That would actually be real insane if that's how it ended up. Yeah, so just so all of our listeners know, February is Pokemon month because the original Pokemon games came out February 27th. Steve?
Wow.
Is that right?
In Japan, yeah. It didn't come to the United States until a couple years later. Yep.
Yeah. And this year is its 25th anniversary. And I love Pokemon. So I was just like, you know what? I'm going to get my favorite Pokemon podcaster on my podcast. And we're going to do Pokemon stuff. This is literally an episode for me and no one else.
I mean, I will say I played Pokemon a lot as a child and as I got a little older, but I have not kept up with it. But it does make me happy as well because did I ever think when I was 10 years old I'd still be talking about Pokemon on a podcast? No, so this is fucking great.
Yeah. Yeah. No, to this day, I love Pokemon. I actually just finished my first shiny hunt, which for anyone who doesn't know,
I don't.
There are so there are Pokemon. Every Pokemon has a shiny form where it looks like a different color, and it's really rare. And there are ways to try and hunt down these rare shiny Pokemon. and I literally just did my first shiny hunt, and it was a nightmare, and I'm gonna like have to like drink heavily before I attempt my next one.
That sounds like the general gist of people who shiny hunt. They're like, oh, I hate this. Why did I do it? It's been 2 weeks. And then as soon as they get it, they're like, okay, now we can start the next one.
I will admit that I did most of my shiny hunting over Christmas, spending time with the in-laws. So
Smart strategy.
oh yeah, it was easy. Steve, I really just know you from your Pokemon podcast, so I don't know your history or connection with movies all that much. Are there any movies that were really big in your life or that really stuck with you?
I feel like as I've gotten older, I've kind of fallen out of movies. Like maybe it's just like the Netflix effect, where you spend more time browsing Netflix than actually watching anything on Netflix. Like nothing ever looks good or appealing. You're like, it's 90 minutes, but what if it's bad? Let's keep looking for something else. Which I feel like I fall into a lot. When I was like a young adult in like my 20s and 21s, I was a huge Quentin Tarantino buff. But I don't know. I don't know if that stuff holds up. I don't know if I can go back to it and be like, no, I could probably watch Pulp Fiction. I don't know about the other ones. But yeah, nothing. I think the only movie I really still would watch no matter what would probably be Big Lebowski. I think that's a good one.
That's a great one. Big Lebowski is actually how my wife and I started dating.
Oh, how? Can you do tell?
So we were in college, and
I feel like it'd be better if you just didn't say the story.
No, it's okay. It's okay. So my wife and I were just like, we were friends at this point. And it was just one of those things where we were going to hang out like as a group of friends, like with more people, but then like one by one people, this person got sick and her boyfriend's going to go take care of her. And this person has to study. So her boyfriend is going to go just spend time with her as she studies. And one by one, it just ended up being my then friend, now wife, and I. And I just turned to her. I was like, well, I actually have some studying to do as well. But if you wanted to, you can come over. We could just put on a movie and I'll work for like 45 minutes, an hour, and then we can hang. And she was like, sure. And put on The Big Lebowski because she had never seen it and she loved it. But once I finished studying, we just ended up making out. And then...
Nice.
And then I put a ring on it, so.
I got done studying, and we just started swapping saliva at that point. We did the deed.
Just making
Honey, I finished babe, I just finished financial accounting. Let me stick my tongue down your throat.
That was literally what I was working on, so you're right. Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. I love it.
Yeah. All right. Unless you guys want to keep chit-chatting.
Can you please tell me more stories about how you watched a movie and then halfway through you got done with your homework and just started making out?
No, because I don't have many of those stories. I really just have the
kidding.
one.
I'm just kidding.
So
that's fine.
So we'll stick with it there. I think it's time to get into the elevator.
Mm-hmm.
Hello, sir. You look like you have a lot of money.
Yeah, I'm a big-ass movie executive.
Well, you know...
I have a large ass, and I'm a movie executive. That's what I meant.
They're exclusive.
Yeah, yes, exclusive.
All right, well, you know what else has a lot of money? Pokemon.
Oh,
and
yes.
It's the 25th anniversary of Pokemon, so we're trying to cash in on that marketing.
I mean, you do know. Okay, I mean, you do know the film takes like a year to make, so it'll technically be the 26th anniversary at that point, right?
No, I got it. I got it all planned out.
Or is this taking place in 2020?
I've got it all planned out, written down on napkins, and
okay,
figured out.
All right,
it's all good. It's all good.
Fair enough. Go along.
I have an idea for a Pokemon movie, and it's about Pokemon who get separated from their trainer and have to travel through the forest, over a mountain, escaping, danger and excitement
Oh, no. Okay.
to a cruise to reunite with their trainer and go on a cruise because everyone loves
Is
cruises.
it
Homeward
the
Bound?
Chris Jericho cruise?
It is the Chris Jericho Rock and Roll Rager, Rock and Roll and Wrestling Rager. Yes, it is in fact that. No, I call it Pokemon Homeward Bound.
Oh, I like that. Any other details you want to tell me? No, you don't. All right, bye-bye.
No, okay, bye-bye. You can really see. It's really unfortunate that people get to see how the sausage is made on this podcast, and it is not made well.
What?
That's a little
What do you mean?
joke. Fine, I'll cut that out. That joke didn't land. So yeah,
I didn't understand it.
that's fine. So yeah, so my movie, it's a pretty simple plot. There's a trainer, and I think
Yes.
the movie's gonna begin. The trainer and his family, like his parents, are taking him and his Pokemon on a cruise. Specifically, the SS Anne from the first video games. Sean, if you remember that, there's a big ship.
I do. Is that the very first one? What's the second? There's one in silver and gold. I remember you could go back and forth on. Is that still
It's still the
SSN?
same boat. Yeah. Yeah, it's the same boat.
Okay.
Yeah.
I couldn't remember. I remember I
Yeah,
enjoyed that more because I was like, ooh, I could keep going on this boat.
That's fair. That is cooler. So yeah, so it's that boat. It's SS Anne.
Okay.
And actually, from Gold and Silver, there's that train from Goldenrod City in Gold and Silver.
There's the train.
Remember
Oh, I
that?
fucking forgot about that train. I love that train.
Yeah. So that's the train. He takes that train to get to the boat to go on a cruise.
Okay.
Oh, also, I'm imagining it as like the live action Pokemon movies, like Detective Pikachu.
So,
Okay.
okay.
That's what I'm imagining. I'm not against it being animated, but I just think like let's keep it. I really liked how the Pokemon looked in the live action, so I just want more of those to exist. So yeah,
So yeah,
Go
take me through. You said so the Pokemon get separated and then they get back together and go on a cruise, or did I mishear that?
yeah. So they get separated at the beginning of the movie, and then
okay.
the movie is them like crossing through the like his family took a trip to the town where the cruise is leaving out of, but the cruise isn't until tomorrow.
Okay.
So
the
Pokemon
goal is to
have
get on the cruise.
Yeah, so the Pokemon have 24 hours to get to that town by foot.
By foot. Jeez, that's rude.
Yeah.
What if
so-
the Pokemon can fly though?
What?
Some Pokemon can fly.
Yeah, that's
true.
what
The
I
movie
thought.
would have to be. I guess the movie would have to be like Pokemon that didn't have wings,
Yeah.
which there are quite a few of.
I think yeah, so like what are the two Pokemon? These are the two Pokemon owned by the trainer that get left behind. And I'm thinking smaller. I'm thinking like maybe cute.
So Pikachu.
You have
the
to. If
easy
you want
answer.
that, if you want the bread and money, you gotta have Pikachu. The bread and butter. That's what I meant. Can't talk.
Or when they're like traveling, they meet a wild Pikachu who's like the cool guy who's like, I know how to get you through the forest.
Okay. I
I
like
think
the
that's
mix
the
up. Okay, what about like an Eevee? People like Eevee. That's like
Oh,
more towards the Homeward Bound thing.
people do like Eevee. I'm down with Eevee. So
I am
Eevee-
also down. I know who Eevee is.
And for some reason, what popped in my head was Sandshrew.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah. All right. Eevee and Sandshrew. It doesn't matter.
I'm gonna have to pull up this. I gotta look at my Pokemon again, so I'm gonna have to pull this up.
You do it because I'm also planning on Pokemon that I know you don't know, Sean. So
yeah,
sorry.
we get past like 151. I'm out. Like I'm just gonna have to Google and figure this out.
Yeah. So an Eevee and a Sandshrew get left behind. I think it's something that like maybe like people have to like check their Pokemon. Like they can't carry their Pokemon onto the train with them, or something like that. And somehow they get out of their balls, and the train leaves without them, and they can't just get back on another train because now people think they're wild Pokemon because their trainer's gone.
Mm-hmm.
And I actually think the second they like get out of their balls, there's like a voice effect thing where we understand what the Pokemon are saying, but then all the people sound like, you know, kind of like the adults in Peanuts kind of thing.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I can't remember Homeward Bound, but the animals do talk, right?
Oh yeah, they do.
Yeah.
So they get left behind by the train, and immediately they're just like, well, we got to get there, you know. We can't just be like left, you know. We got to get back to Corey or whatever. Yeah.
Corey's the trainer's name.
Yeah, Corey.
I'm into this. I like Corey, the trainer. I don't think there's any, throughout all the gym leaders or important characters in the Pokemon universe, I don't think anyone is named Corey.
Well, that's good then.
What would Corey be? Could Corey be like a rock type gym leader? Like a core? I don't know. That doesn't matter.
So basically, I forget. So the trainers just like don't realize their Pokemon forgot to get on the train or something. Is that or?
Well, so it's like checking your luggage kind of thing. Like you have to check your Pokemon in so that there's no Pokemon battles on the train, or
Got it.
Probably something like that. Because like let's remember, some of these Pokemon, you know, are living flamethrowers or like shoot thunderbolts, you know, and stuff like that. You know?
Okay.
There's probably major like insurance liability there.
Okay.
You can really see my Pokemon and my accounting sides coming out at the same time. So they get left behind, and they're like, and they try and get on another train, but like there's like a doorman or a conductor who's like, no, get out of here, you wild Pokemon.
I feel like I like the concept of just no more trains, like the last train.
Oh, okay, yeah, it's the last train, and so it's just like the sudden like loneliness and like kind of like dread of like there's nothing left here. Yeah, that's good. And what if, I think at this point we need to have some character development for our Pokemon. So what if the Eevee got like really like sad, and the Sandshrew had to like coax the Eevee into being like, no, we just gotta walk. We can get there. We just need to get over the mountain. You know, there's like, they gotta go through these woods and they gotta go over the mountain. And once they get down to at the bottom of the mountain, boom, there's Saffron City. That doesn't really make sense with the games. I don't care.
I like that idea.
Yeah.
Saffron City would make sense because Saffron City is north of Vermilion City, which is where the boat is.
Oh yeah, Vermilion. You're right. Sorry, my bad. Man. Look at that. This is why I invited Steve on.
I gotta look up all the stuff. I don't remember where any of these things are.
That's okay. Yeah. So they just gotta get over the mountain. At the base of the mountain is Vermilion City, and it's the cruise. I think so. They start walking, and I think like right away they run into, I don't know, some like Beedrill.
Well, you can make it a little more complex because if they're starting where the train goes, that would be the Johto region, and then the train would drop them off in Saffron, which is north of Vermilion,
Okay.
And so. There is a body of water in between.
Oh, they gotta cross a river at some point.
I love this.
So they could meet like a Lapras. I'm trying to think of Gen 1 Pokemon to help some of you guys out. They can meet like a Lapras or like a Sea King or a Dugong to help them cross the ocean. So you can have like forests and mountains, but you could also, unlike Homeward Bound, which I think is mostly forest, you could have like a water scene, and then, as they're on the Lapras, you got like Dratinis jumping out of the water, you got Magikarps, you got Wingles flying in the sky, very scenic.
Yeah, definitely. I actually really like that because at some point it has to take place at night. So I think it'd be really interesting to like crossing the water at night, and maybe there's like a really nice, peaceful, beautiful scene where it's like the moon like reflecting on the water and like Wingull flying over, like you said. But then maybe like a school of Carvana, come and terrorize them. So there's like a scary like moment, underwater Jaws kind of moment.
Is there scary moments in Homeward Bound? Don't they like run into a bear? Is that a thing?
Yeah.
Am I imagining that?
Yeah. There's like it's like a like peril and adventure kind of,
Sorry,
I'm also not
I just looked up a Carvana and I'm scared of it, so I just want scary Pokemon.
Boom. It's in the movie then. If it scares Sean, it's in the movie.
Hell yeah.
So let's say they start going through this forest. Let's say, let's make it Fearow. They start walking through the forest, and there's like Fearow and a couple Spearow that are like harassing them.
Okay.
And then, boom, they get thunder shocked, and the Fearow and Spearow fly away, and we have our wisecracking, too cool for school Pikachu who knows the forest like the back of his tail or something.
Yeah, exactly. You'd have to say back of his tail. I like that. I like it.
Mm-hmm. And they're like freaking out because they're like, we don't know our way, but we need to get there. Like, please, can you guide us through the forest? And the Pikachu's like, I don't know. You'd have to make it worth my while. And they're like, okay, well, our trainer will give you, 30 berries or something like that, food.
Mm-hmm.
We'll buy you the best Pokemon food. And he's like, double it. And then they do. And he agrees for Pokemon food. So that they're getting through the forest. And I think I want something chasing them like right away. I want something chasing them, something that's gonna like constantly be following them and constantly keep them like moving, like that constant peril kind of thing. What's a
chasing Pokemon?
Well, I was gonna say, what's like a scary like fire type? Like, I'm kind of thinking Magmortar, but if we're in like Kanto Johto, it wouldn't really be a Magmortar.
You could do like a Houndour or a Houndoom. Those are the fire Rottweilers.
I do like Houndoom, actually. That's a great one. Yeah. Okay, I like that. So like, there's a Houndoom, and maybe like Pikachu is like guiding them, and he's like, don't worry, with me leading your way, we're gonna be there early and easy. And then they like fall, like they trip and fall down a hill, and they like roll downhill, and maybe they land on the Houndoom, so he gets irked, and that's why he's attacking them. Shooting flamethrower, using dark pulse, just being overall a nasty little poke.
A nasty little poke. I love it.
Yeah. just being a meanie. I actually love Houndoom for that too, because he's also dark type. So
I do.
Perfect.
When I looked up Generation 2, I was like, oh, I do remember this Pokemon, and I did like him. So good selection.
Sean, do you just want to come over and play like the newer Pokemon games?
Yeah, I think so. I think that might be easiest.
I think that'd be awesome. Yeah, let's do that.
I feel like for not knowing a lot about Pokemon since the 151, you seem very excited about it.
I am. This is really cool. I don't know. It's been a long time since I've thought about it, so it's fun. It's fast. It's so fascinating to me.
Yeah, it gets ridiculous. Don't dive head in for. I will say that. Don't dive in head first.
Like Pikachu does down the hill, right?
Yes. Yep. And now we segue back into the movie.
Yes.
So he rolls down the hill. He lands on the Houndoom and he starts chasing him. Somehow they just get away. They manage to like hide from the Houndoom and let the Houndoom run past them.
No.
And maybe at this point Pikachu's like, all right, he's like kind of in our way, but I know a back way. Because I very adamantly want them to have to cross a river. So they come to a river where there's like an old rickety bridge, it's like already falling apart. Looks worrisome. And they're like, all right, we're going to walk around it. It's not too far from here, the end of the river. We can walk around it. It's not a big deal. So they start to walk around it, but they end up running into a group of just a bunch of monkey Pokemon. And so like it's like all monkey Pokemon. So Mankey and Primeape, which you should know, Sean.
Yes, I do.
Okay. Apom, do you know Apom?
No.
All right. Well, there's Apom there.
Wait, I think I know who Apom is. I
So
remember
Apom.
him.
There'll also be Ambipom, just because there's Apom, so why not have Ambipom in there? Grookey and Thwackey, probably not Rillaboom. Actually, no. Let's have their leader be a Rillaboom. These are all new, Sean.
Yeah, I know. I clearly can tell because I have no idea.
I can't think of any other like monkey So, just a gaggle of monkeys, basically.
A gaggle of monkeys.
Yeah, a barrel of monkeys. Yeah. And they're kind of like messing with our protagonists, Eevee, Sandshrew, and Pikachu. Just like, throwing banana peels, maybe pulling the vine like a few inches off the ground and tripping them, stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And just like luring them deeper into the forest. And just being just jerks.
Yeah, just being punks.
And they get cornered, and like right at the last second, they get saved. They get saved by a Pokemon. I'm trying to think of like.
Is this? Oh, sorry. Is this happening at night or during the day?
This is all during the day still.
All during the day. Okay, got it.
Yeah, I think nighttime is probably good for the ocean because then they'll get to like the mountain by like early morning, and then they'll get over the mountain that morning, and then like the cruise is taken off at noon, so they have that morning to cross the mountain.
So what Pokemon saves them then?
What's like a big strong Pokemon? I'm thinking like Machoke, but I don't want Machoke.
Okay.
Because I think Machoke's dumb.
Wow, shots fired.
He looks like such a. I could take him.
Sure.
So you want like a strong, heroic Pokemon that everyone seems to like.
Yeah.
People like Greninja.
Ooh, people do like Greninja. And I actually really like Greninja as well, because what's going to happen is that this Greninja is going to come back at the end and save them from the Houndoom.
Water does beat fire.
Yep. Got type advantage. Greninja can cross the ocean. Yeah.
I
like
need to know
Greninja.
Sean's thoughts about Greninja.
My thoughts? much more developed looking character than a lot of the other the Pokemon I'm familiar with, but pretty cool. I would say. I would agree. It looks like a very heroic, strong looking Pokemon.
All right, I think that's great. Yeah, no, I'm super in on Greninja. That's a great call, Steve.
I feel like this entire podcast should just be Sean reacting to new Pokemon.
It is fascinating. If you just watch me, I'm just staring at my computer, just like, what? Okay, cool.
I think we'll do like a Twitch stream of Sean just playing like the new Pokemon game and just reacting to everything.
I'll be so confused. It'll be fun.
What's like the weirdest Pokemon we could show him? Oh, let's Eternatus. I'd love to look up Eternatus.
Eternatus is pretty weird. Any of the Ultra Beasts are pretty weird too.
Oh yeah, the Ultra Beasts.
Whoa.
Eternatus is weird.
I don't know what's going on with Eternatus, but yeah, it's something.
It's like the skeleton of a dragon is what Eternatus is.
Yeah. Is it like a bad Pokemon? Because it looks scary to me.
It is not good.
Okay. Yeah, it looks
I mean,
menacing.
some Pokemon are bad, but of course when you catch it, then it becomes good.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, so Greninja saves him, and he's just like the protector of the forest or some hokey dialogue like that.
In the X and Y anime, Ash's Greninja does stay behind to protect Kalos and the forest.
That's true. That's very true. Maybe it is Ash's Greninja. It's probably not. This isn't Kalos, but whatever. So they make their way. Oh, the reason why I wanted the river is because I forgot about the river.
Okay.
The reason why I wanted the river is because the monkeys are going to chase our protagonists, and the protagonists are gonna have to be like, no, we gotta cross that bridge. So they run back to the bridge, and they like force, and Pikachu's like, go, and like so like especially Eevee, because Eevee is very timid, and is like coming out of its shell, and I guess that's like its character development over this movie. Is like forced to run across, and maybe it learns quick attack, or agility or something. Well, it's it gets stronger, as it crosses the bridge.
Yeah.
Again, hokey. This is
okay.
Do I hate my own movie? No.
What Eevee? What's Sandshrew doing this whole time? Just being like the big brother type then to Eevee, or what?
Yeah, he's probably
or
like
big
really
sister.
like...
I shouldn't. I don't know what the genders are here, but whatever. Whatever you want them to be.
I'm just calling them its for right now.
It's okay. Fair enough.
Yeah, it's kind of like gung ho and like a lot more like ambitious, I guess. Okay. So he's. I guess I just gendered him as he as well. It's kind of just like trying to keep Eevee happy and be like, hey, it's all gonna be okay, like.
Yeah.
Sure, it sucks, but like we can make it in time. So they cross the river, and Greninja saves them from the monkeys. And maybe Greninja like points them like, oh well, if you want, you can go to the ocean. I know yeah, let's just stick with Lapras. It's the transport Pokemon. I know a Lapras that'll gladly take you across, So and points them in the direction, and so they go off. And they get to the ocean. And I really want Pikachu, because part of what I want this Pikachu is he's also kind of an idiot. So I want this Pikachu to be like, "Oh man, I'm glad we got to the ocean at this point. Like, if we hadn't, you guys have been too late." And it's like, you're supposed to know your way, you dummy.
Yeah.
So they get to the Lapras, and like the sun is setting. when they get there.
Oh,
They find the
okay.
Lapras, and they get on the Lapras, and the Lapras takes them. And I think we get this moment at night, moon reflecting on the water. There's a Wingull flying over. You can hear them cawing or in the distance, kind of thing. Maybe there's like some Whalmer floating around, just bobbing around, just being large, rotund, chummy little things.
Rotund. Is Lapras? For some reason, I want to say Lapras is going to be like a wise old sage Pokemon, but maybe that's not it. Maybe it doesn't matter.
Ooh.
Maybe Lapras is absolutely just solely transport, doesn't just strictly business.
Dude, kind of like strictly business Lapras.
I actually like both of those things because like it would be like really easy to make a Lapras that gives like some sage advice. Because I'm also envisioning a moment where like Eevee is at its most depressed, and it's like we've had a terrible day, and I just feel like we're not going to make it, and Corey is going to forget about us. Because let's be honest, someone named Corey, kind of an asshole.
Yes. Agree.
Maybe so there could be a moment where Lapras like turns its head around and like gives it some sage advice, about like in all my travels, it creates the strongest bonds if in your adventures, you create the strongest connections and they will never forget that. Or it's like Danny DeVito is like this Lapras is smoking a cigarette, and it's just like, geez, what are these emo kids taught? Just ugh.
Danny DeVito. Jesus.
So I like honestly, I'm okay with either of those, but I think there should be a moment where Eevee is like at its most down, and Sandshrew picks it up, and maybe Pikachu says something to like pick it up. Maybe Lapras is like, maybe Pikachu does give the like adventure, your time together, the adventures you go on, you build these connections that you'll never forget, and then we get the shot of the Lapras being like, what are these like
losers?
I actually really like that. At that point, I think then we start to get like a Jaws moment of like ripples in the water, soft like string music, and Lapras is like, shut up. And they're all like, what's going on? She's like, I said, shut up. And we get like Carvana, are like circling the Lapras and stuff like that. And Lapras is like, all right, hold on. And it's just like doing like, there's like a crazy like water thing. And maybe we even go like underwater. And there's like some underwater like maneuver stuff.
Don't know any Lapras moves there, Dan?
Ice Beam? I don't know.
That works.
Yeah. Okay, so Lapras gets out of trouble then, right?
Yeah. They manage to get away. Ice Beam creates a wall of ice, generic adventure stuff.
Smart move.
They get to the mountain, and Lapras is like, finally, I hate night shifts, and just like sinks into the water and disappears. And like the sun is starting to rise. It's early morning. Mm-hmm. You can hear there's not a rooster Pokemon. You can hear like the bird Pokemon chirping, like how it does when early in the morning, if you stay up all night. It's a nightmare.
Yeah, is there any Pokemon that would be like, quote unquote, walking out of the bar at that time, or like play that role of like a character in the film? I guess
you could probably have like a Murkrow or a Honchkrow, maybe.
Okay,
that'd be good. I
just
also
like
envision like a Slacking.
Whatever Pokemon, I don't care, but whatever one, I think that would be comical. Like the standard, it would be like walking out of a bar type of one.
I'm into that. That's funny. So they get there. For some reason, there's a bar, a Pokemon bar specifically. Oh, in Sun and Moon, isn't there an Oranguru who like makes drinks?
There is, yeah, there is.
All right, so now we got our bartender. It's just an Oranguru, just like making drinks.
Is that the Pokemon's whole thing? Is just makes drinks?
No, but in the anime, yes.
Okay.
So he makes drinks. There's a Honchkrow and maybe like his couple of his like Murkrow like henchmen. There's like a Slacking who's like asleep because that's his whole thing.
Just sleeping.
Yeah.
Okay, so they are obviously like walking around. It's early morning. They're coming up to a mountain, right? At some point.
Yeah, they're making their way up the mountain. Yeah.
Okay. Is this mountain a mountain in the game mountain or just random mountain that is there in the movie?
I mean, it could be. Could be. Mount Moon is close.
Yeah,
probably
that would probably be your only option.
Yeah. So they're coming up the mountain, and I think like they're making great time. You know.
Yeah.
They're coming up the mountain. I think like once they get near the top of the mountain, boom, Houndoom is there.
Okay.
And now there's a sudden like there's a boom is a battle, you know, and they're like we gotta get past it somehow, but this Houndoom is not letting them get past it.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe Pikachu is finally like, hey, I have some friends, you know. I want to put someone else before me for the first time in my life. Character development. And what's the there's like there's an electric move. It's like a tackle, but it does damage, like double edge. What is it? It's not Volt tackle, is it?
Just Volt Tackle.
It is?
Yeah.
Look at that. I am a Pokemon master. So Pikachu uses Volt Tackle to knock down the Houndoom, but hurts itself, but is like, go, now's your chance. And so the Sandshrew and Eevee start making a run for it down, you know, to the top of the mountain and to get down the mountain. While Pikachu holds off Houndoom a bit more. But doesn't stop the Houndoom long. The Houndoom beats back Pikachu. Pikachu's like, that's a meme now. Actually, it's like I think it's Pikachu from Detective Pikachu, where he's like lying on the ground, and he just like leans up and he's like, help me. That's a meme, kids.
I believe it.
So the Sandshrew and Eevee are running down the mountain.
Yes.
But the Houndoom is chasing them. Houndoom is faster than them. And they're like, what are we going to do? Sandshrew grabs Eevee, rolls into a ball, and just starts, boom, rolling down the mountain.
Smart move.
Yeah, very fast, but hurts Sandshrew. It's really tough on him, you know. They finally get down to the like crash at the bottom of the mountain, and Sandshrew is like all beat up, and he's like, I can't, you know. And Eevee's like, no, what am I gonna do? And the Houndoom catches up. And maybe Sandshrew being like, you know, leave me, go on ahead, you know, get away. And Eevee is torn. Eevee doesn't want to leave Sandshrew, but it's afraid of Houndoom, and it wants to be with Corey. And maybe Eevee, and it's like the climax of its character development, just like is like, I got this, and like does what it can to beat Houndoom. You know, use quick attack, use double team, agility, swift. And it's just doing its best. Also gets beaten down. And right as Eevee's about to get flamethrowered into oblivion, Boom. Greninja comes in out of nowhere, saves him.
Oh, same Greninja?
Same Greninja. He's the protector of the forest.
Ah, just lurking.
Yeah.
Like it.
Yeah, like a pervert.
Like a ninja.
Like, oh yeah, that's better.
Much better.
So Greninja then beats back Houndoom, type advantage. Just a better Pokemon, pretty much overall. That's not true. Houndoom's cool. And just beats him back, saves Eevee, saves Sandshrew, even like carried Pikachu down from the top of the mountain.
Wow.
He's like, I found this guy. Yeah, he's a hero.
Give him the Medal of Honor at this point.
Oh yeah, the MVP of the movie. And maybe Greninja carries them into town to like the Pokemon Center. Nurse Joy is like, "Oh no, these poor Pokemon," and heals them.
That's a good Nurse Joy voice.
Would you like to rest your Pokemon? Bring, be-doo, ding.
There you go.
Yeah. And they like manage to get healed. Like, but like they look at a clock and they're like, "Oh no! Like it's too. We got to get to Vermilion." So they just start booking it for Vermilion.
And what city are
And
they? What city is the heal center in?
We're in Saffron.
Okay.
And so they start booking it, and like they like make it there. They're like, "Which way do we go?" And they're like, "How about we run toward the giant ship that we can see from the other side of town?"
So Pikachu's definitely asking the question, "Which way do we go?" Because he's an idiot. Yeah. And then they're like, "That thing, that huge ship."
That's a ship.
The SS Anne.
Yep. And so they run for that, and they run for it, and they think, I don't know, they run, and I don't know, they find Corey. Corey sees them. There's a slow-mo of them running to each other, into each other's arms. And at the end of the movie, Pikachu's like, "You know what? Catch me. You know what? I made friends. I'm not going to be lonely anymore. Just catch me." And just stands there like this. And Corey catches a Pikachu. And all of them, Corey, Pikachu, Eevee, Sandshrew, they just sail off into the sunset on their cruise. And then the outtakes, they all get COVID.
I'm curious. Do we see Corey at any other part in the film? Like,
no, we see Corey
literally
at the
beginning and the end. Okay. All right.
We see Corey at the end. We'll probably see Corey in like flashback. Like Eevee will have like flashbacks to like, or like think about like, I'm just thinking about Corey, and we get like a flashback or whatever.
Can it be Corey Taylor of Slipknot?
Of Slipknot? Yeah, sure. Yeah, it can be Corey. It'll be like the George Lopez show where it's like a child's body and then Corey Taylor's head, just like superimposed.
My favorite
giant
comedy bit of all time, and not just the George Lopez, like America Home Videos with Tom Bergeron. Mwah, chef's kiss to that.
Yeah, that too. But yeah, that's my movie. I don't think I have anything else left to say. Do you guys have any comments or questions?
No, seems all right.
Yeah,
That's all right.
I enjoyed it. You thought it out. We got the correct locations established and all that. So,
I filled in the details.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
because if we didn't, a bunch of nerds would, leave comments and stuff and be like, "That's not where Mount Moon is."
Imagine if I tried to do this movie and recite. Everyone would be so pissed because I would have no idea what's going on, and I'd just be going all over the map.
I would love for you to do this movie only for you to like make up your own Pokemon and just like it's like the like weirdest creations ever.
Next time.
Is there any Pokemon that you guys like absolutely want in this movie?
I'll have Sean go first.
Yeah, that's true.
For no reason, you can just throw them in.
Oh man, the problem is I'm looking at these Pokemon. I'm like, I do not remember most of their names, but I know what they look like. If I'm going out of the original 150, always, and I was always a fan of Pidgeot. Is that the right way to say that too? Because that's what I've.
It is,
okay.
yeah.
Fun fact: I want to say one thing about Pidgeot. When I was a young lad, I had the game and I traded a kid, and I gave him. Told me Pidgeot had died, which took me way too long to realize he fucking lied to my face. This kid, like 10 years later, I was like, I don't think that actually happened. I think he just lied and kept the Pokemon. Asshole. So Pidgeot for sure. Man, I'm really not seeing any other ones. I mean, I enjoy them all. They're Pidgeot. Sorry, this is not making exciting. I guess if I went Generation 2, because I did remember, I was like, oh, I did play Generation 2. Typhlosion, I was always a fan of. I played Silver a long time. I got him up to like level, I don't know, 100 something. Like I played it a lot. I don't know if that's a lot.
Caps at 100.
I thought it was more. Okay, see, my memory is not great. Besides that, I should go for 3 just because of the rule of 3. I'll go with. I'm sorry. This is. Oh man. This is too easy. I'll just go with Alakazam.
Alakazam?
Yes, thank you. I can't fucking talk. I'm done now.
You know, it's actually really funny, Sean, because on Steve's podcast, no offense, Steve, but he has trouble pronouncing a lot of Pokemon's names.
I feel like I've gotten better over the years.
All right, Steve, do you have any Pokemon that you want in this movie?
I would like if we're in the forest a lot, I'd like to see some Burmy. Okay. I think Burmy would be a good choice. If you're gonna add more monkeys, you could do like Pansear, Pansage, Panpour. If we're in the water, some Mantines, some Dragonairs.
We'll have them like shooting out of the water.
Yeah.
Perfect. And then a mountain, so we can throw on some like, I don't know, Roggenrola, some Graveler.
Oh yeah, that's a good one. Roggenrola.
I love Roggenrola. There's just something about he's just a doofy looking rock.
That is a weird looking Pokemon. I like it though. That is literally almost a rock. Pretty much a rock.
And his name is a play off rock and roll. And I love that.
Yeah. I was thinking that. Like, does it have eyes? Is the one thing an eye in the middle? Like, I'm so confused by how this Pokemon works.
I mean, I guess it's an eye, but like
I don't know.
It's an eye made of pure rock, so does it blink?
Okay.
I don't know.
All right.
Well, if that's it for the movie, I think it's time to move on to the cast list. Yeah. All right. So
Danny DeVito
as the Lapras. Yeah. We got Eevee in Sandshrew and Pikachu. Mm-hmm. We got a Greninja. Lapras is Danny DeVito. That's already said and done.
Yep. Established.
Houndoom. We got Houndoom. We got our bad guy. Mm-hmm. Corey is Corey Taylor from Slipknot.
It really doesn't have to be, but sure.
No. We're in Iowa, so we're gonna represent.
That's true.
Is there any other Eevee, Sandshrew, Pikachu?
You said Greninja, right? Yeah.
Houndoom?
Okay.
Yeah. I think that's about it that we need to cast.
Yeah.
Okay, good, because I'm really bad at actors and actresses.
Well, I think one idea you're both gonna like. I was thinking I want The Rock in this movie.
Okay.
The Dwayne Johnson.
Yeah, Dwayne The Rock Johnson, and I think I want him as Greninja.
That's what I was gonna say. That would be the best role for him.
I can get behind that.
Yeah, he only has to do like half an hour of voice recording work.
Yeah, you don't have to pay him a ton of money.
Yeah, we don't waste his time, and he's perfect. He's the hero.
We can get him while he's working out in the Iron Paradise. That's his gym, if you didn't know, that he always mentions on Instagram.
Yeah, absolutely. We just follow him around with a microphone, so he doesn't even have to go. Into
he's just working out and doing the voice.
You're just watching the movie and you're like, why is there that weird background noise anytime Greninja talks?
Why does he seem kind of tired?
Why is he really out of breath? That's funny. Yeah. So The Rock for Greninja.
Okay.
For some, it doesn't really work with the Detective Pikachu movie, but I just kind of let's just keep Ryan Reynolds for Pikachu.
Okay, that works.
Yeah, because who cares about the canon of these movies? I think for Houndoom, I think it should just be an actor who's way too overqualified.
Yeah.
Like
what, Benedict Cumberbatch?
Oh, but actually, that's a really good answer.
Honestly, the only reason I thought of was from the Star Trek movie he was in, and everyone was like, I forget what the whole thing, but people were annoyed because they're like, isn't he, who's the super bad guy that he was? But they're like, no, he's, yeah, they're like, he's not Khan. They're like, he's definitely Khan.
He's just Khan. Yeah, he's just Khan. That's exactly what it was.
Yeah, he could be a good bad guy.
Yeah. Yeah, I love Ben. That's a great answer. For Eevee, I was kind of thinking Emma Stone.
Okay. I can get behind that.
I know who she is.
Well, that's good to hear. Is that the first name that other than The Rock that you've recognized?
No, I've known a couple, but I don't think I could have named them off the top of my head.
Sure, that's
true.
Fair enough. Well, we are the hosts of a movie podcast, so that's fair.
It would only make sense.
Yeah. And then for Sandshrew,
You just want to go with Andrew Garfield. I'm just kidding. Not Andrew Garfield. We're not doing a Spider-Man redo. Sandstrew's
I would love to see that.
Sandstrew's what, a more fatherly, or not older brother, I guess, type, right?
Yeah, but probably not too older.
Yeah. Okay.
Andrew Garfield's not a bad recommendation.
What about?
What if it was
No, you go ahead. I was just filling time, honestly.
Yeah. I was gonna say what about Chris Pratt? I guess
It'd work. I think it'd work.
I guess I'm just trying to think of what's the most generic older brother white guy character.
Ryan Gosling.
Yeah. Ryan Gosling is a better version of Chris Pratt. Yeah.
Chris Pratt.
I actually like Ryan Gosling. Let's just go with Ryan Gosling.
Weren't they in La La Land together?
Yeah,
See,
that's right.
I'm just trying to pair Emma Stone with everyone she's been in a film with.
I'm okay with that because I would love to see that crossover fan art. It's the La La Land poster,
With
but
Pokemon?
instead of Ryan Gosling and Emma Stone, it's Sandshrew and Eevee dancing. Ooh.
That's awesome.
That'd be great. All right, Sean, do you want to? I think that's the cast.
Yeah, I for some reason in the back of my head I was like, is there a way we can get Tom Hanks in this film?
Do we want to make Tom Hanks the Lapras?
No.
DeVito?
It's more funny if it's Danny DeVito, specifically as his Always Sunny character.
Rum ham. We could have a rum ham moment with Lapras at sea.
Yes.
What if Tom Hanks was just all the ancillary Pokemon?
So
there's like all the monkeys. Yeah, so it's just like all the monkeys. Tom Hanks is just all of them.
Okay.
There's like the Fearow and Spearow at the beginning. It's Tom Hanks just going, Fearow, Spearow.
It's just Tom Hanks, not even trying to make the voice, just saying that Pokemon.
Yeah. It's just Tom Hanks.
That'd be great.
Tom Hanks is the Carvana, where he's just like, Carvana.
I like it.
All right.
So let's run through the cast list one time, so I know when we do this trailer, I know what voices to try to do.
All right. Eevee is Emma Stone.
Okay.
Sandshrew is Ryan Gosling.
Okay.
Pikachu is Ryan Reynolds.
Okay.
Houndoom is Benedict Cumberbatch.
Oh God, none of these people I do X. Okay.
Greninja is The Rock.
Okay. Got it.
Lapras is Danny DeVito.
Okay.
Corey is Corey Taylor. And every other Pokemon is Tom Hanks.
Okay, I got it.
Pokemon trainer Corey and her Pokemon are going on a cruise to the Sevi Islands, but some mishap occurs at the beginning of their adventure.
All right, kids, let's rock and roll. I'll see you later, Poke dudes. Oh
no! We got left behind. The train's leaving without us.
Oh no, Sandshrew, we're doomed.
Eevee and Sandshrew get left behind from the train and have to make the trek on foot. Oh, come on, Eevee. We can make it.
Oh, I don't know. I'm really sad. I wish Corey was here singing me a song. And his pig head.
Luckily, they have a very special guide to show them the way.
Hey guys, Pikachu here. I'm real cool. I know a way to get you to your boat.
You sound really too slick. I don't know if you can actually help.
I mean,
us.
some call me Ryan Reynolds of Pokemon, but yes, I'm Pikachu. I fucking can do this. Let's roll, cats. Let's go.
All right, you convinced me. Let's go. They run into countless perils along the way that try to get in their way of their destination.
Pharaoh.
Oh my gosh, all these bird Pokemon.
Hey, guys.
You interrupted my sleep. Now I'm going to burn you to a crisp.
Oh my God. Let's go, Sandshrew. We gotta go. Yeah, I guess Pikachu here. We better be cool and hit the road too. We don't want to get burned by this lame old Houndoom.
They'll meet some friends along the way to help them out in times of need.
Hey. This Greninja here. I'll whoop some fucking ass if I have to. I got you back, Pikachu. Eevee, Sandshrew.
Wow, Mr. Greninja, thanks a lot.
I'm watching out for you. Check out my Instagram account. I've been working out the Iron Paradise.
Hey, how's it going, kids? I'm Lapras. I can give you a ride. I can give you a ride across the ocean.
What is
You need
wrong?
to cross the mountain. I can't help you over the mountain, but I can get you to the mountain. That's about as good as I can. Rum!
Sandra, what is wrong with this Lapras? I think there's something really wrong with its head.
Yeah, I think we should probably avoid talking to the Lapras as much as we possibly can on this trip. But thank you very much, Mr. Lapras.
Yeah, thank you very much, Lapras. I'm a cool Pikachu, but yeah, you fucking crazy.
Hey, yo, don't mention it. I don't know what to say next.
And they've landed from the Lapras, and they're gotta go over a mountain.
Oh, man, this mountain is so large.
It's so large.
But we'll make it in time.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we'll make it in time.
Yeah, we only got here with like a few hours to spare, Evie and Sandrew.
I'm back to burn you to a crisp.
No!
Yeah. I'm
I've
trying to think of what British people.
I guess I'm cool. I'll take care of Houndoom. I'm not scared. Thunderstruck. Fuck me.
Oh golly, that really got me in the knickers.
All right, Evie or Sandro, we need to get down this hill and fast before he burns us.
Okay, climb on in and I'll roll down. We'll get down the hill real fast. After all their time and hardships, they finally get reunited with their trainer.
Rock and roll, guys.
Corey, we missed you.
Where you been, my brothers?
Come see all the joys and pains this February as you go see Pokemon Homeward Bound. Rated R because a couple Pokemon dropped the F word a couple times.
Really?
Yes, you did.
Oh man, sometimes those just go flying out and I don't remember.
Yeah, well, when there's a dog shooting fire at you,
You gotta drop the F.
sometimes you just gotta drop the F-bomb. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much, everyone, for listening to this episode of What a Pitch. Steve, please, plug anything you want to plug so that people can continue to support you.
How was our acting,
Sure.
I guess, first off in our movie trailer?
It was beautiful.
Thank you.
It was the best. You can find me on Twitter at PKMNCAST, Pokemon Cast for short. Same for Twitch, and otherwise, pretty much everything I do is at PokemonPodcast.com. I think that's probably easiest.
Cool. Dan? Oh, I thought you were going to introduce
your
me,
turn.
Dan. Sorry.
No.
That was my bad.
Sorry. That's okay. Good thing I edit this podcast.
Yeah, good thing you. Okay, for me, just keep listening to What a Pitch, Pandering Talk too. Listen to the episodes there. You can check out. There's not much really going on the comedy wise, but check out. You can always follow the gram on Instagram. We'll post when our next show will be, which will be, I don't know, whenever the pandemic isn't just raging across America. So. Besides that, yeah, y'all wonderful. Dan?
Oh, thank you, Sean.
You're welcome.
Yeah, so first off, please follow the Pandering Talk podcast channel on all its socials. I don't know what its socials are.
Nice.
But follow it. Yeah, subscribe to it wherever you listen to podcasts. That's PANDARINGTALK. And then also, please subscribe to What a Pitch wherever you listen to podcasts. And also, rate and review What a Pitch. That's good for the algorithm.
Yeah.
And we want to be good for the algorithm. And also follow What a Pitch on Twitter and Facebook at PODWAP. I'm not very good at social media, but if you ever feel like saying something to me about the podcast, it would be there. With that all being said, thank you for listening to What a Pitch!